Good morning. It's time for coffee with Carma. Have you ever thought about the lasting impact that your book could have? And maybe you've wondered, how can I make sure that my book has a lasting impact? I mean, we can't all be the next Think and Grow Rich, but we can aspire to that, right? Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help entrepreneurs write client attracting books in 90 days or less. So, how do you make sure that your book has the potential to have a lasting legacy? You can't really guarantee it because either people pick it up or they don't, but you can make sure that it has the elements that give it the potential for this. And the thing is, it can have a lasting legacy even if it only touches one life. So I want to put that caveat. If your book touches one life and that life goes on to touch other lives, your book has left a legacy. It's just not an obvious one. That's all. So how do you make sure that your book can leave a lasting legacy? There are three things that legacy books, okay, not legacy books are memoirs particularly, but books with the potential to leave a legacy have one or more of these three elements. So element number one is ideas, knowledge, wisdom. Now, some people watching this are going to say, well, I don't have any knowledge or wisdom, or I only know how to do X. Like, I know how to raise left-handed bunnies. Believe it or not, there could be a book about raising left-handed bunnies that leaves a legacy. And this is why. We all have knowledge and wisdom that we've gained by being who we are and living the life that we've lived. And when we share that knowledge and wisdom, someone else, you're going to get one of three reactions. You're going to get, so what? You're going to get, oh, that's interesting. And you're going to get, oh my gosh, I really needed to hear that today. And it's those people, those last people who say, gosh, I really need to hear that today, that you were meant to share the wisdom with. Ignore the rest. Ignore the rest. They don't matter. Your wisdom, your knowledge is unique to you, even if it covers the same things that other people talk about, because someone can only hear it from you and how you tell it and how you convey it. The stories that you have resonate with that person and not the other. That's one way that you leave a legacy with your book. The other is through creativity and artistry. And I alluded to that in the first one because it's your stories. Your stories, how you weave your words together, that makes your book unique and makes it leave a legacy for those people who were meant to resonate with the way you told your stories. So there's this one story I like to tell about how people will buy anything. Oh my gosh. So I was in elementary school, I'm going to guess, fifth grade-ish. It was in the mid-70s. Yes, I just dated myself. And the Sinbad movie came out, and I can't remember which one. I want to say it's the Golden Voyage. It's the one where the woman has an eye on her hand. And I was just fascinated by this eye on her hand. So like I kept drawing eyes on my hand. And I remember one day I'm sitting there in class. Yeah, in class. Drawing an eye on my hand. And one of my classmates went, "Oh, I like that. I want to do that." So she starts drawing an eye on her hand. She doesn't like the way she drew that eye on her hand. She says, "Carma, will you draw an eye on my hand? I'll pay you 25 cents. I'm like, okay, why not? 25 cents. Hey, easy money. Well, she goes out. She loves the hand I drew on her hand, the eye I drew on her hand. And she goes out and she starts telling friends. So next thing you know, during recess, people are coming to me and saying, "Carma, draw an eye on my hand. Here's 25 cents. By the end of that day, at the last recess, there was a line, just as far as I could see on the playground, of people who wanted me to draw an eye on their hand and pay me 25 cents. It's something simple, but apparently I found an untapped market. So, your idea, you never know. You never know what will sell. So, I tell this story so that people are inspired to give what they have to offer a try. You may find a market. And some people will hear the story and go, "Yeah, that's so inspiring. I love that story." And some people will go, "Oh, that's fun. I don't get it, but okay." And then there are the third people who are just like, "That's a stupid story. Why are you telling that story?" Those last two groups, they don't matter. Well, the second group could eventually become the first group. But the first group matters because they're the ones who resonate with my story, were meant to hear what I had to say, and hopefully will take action on it. Your stories can be like that too. And that is your creativity and your artistry. And the third one overlaps the other two. That's memoirs and personal stories. There's just something when you are trying to pass on your knowledge, whether it be how to raise left handed bunnies or how to have a better mindset, whether it's something small and not terribly significant to something amazingly deep. The way you convey that information so that it makes a difference, it makes an impact, it becomes worthy of legacy is through your personal stories. How you came about that wisdom, how you distilled that wisdom. It's your personal stories. That is what makes your book different, unique, very you, and worthy of a legacy. So, what have you done to leave a legacy? Or do you have any other ideas that I didn't share? Please drop them in a comment below. I'd love to hear from you about them. And this is the end of today's Coffee with Karma. Ciao.